Ladies and gentlemen, it's my great pleasure to welcome you for this conference on sustainability standards. My name is Klump. I'm the Executive Director of the House of Finance at Goethe University, and I have the great pleasure to guide you a little bit through this morning's sessions. We will start by a welcome by the President of Goethe University, Enrico Schleiff, and this will be followed immediately by an online welcome by the Minister of Finance of the state of Hesse, Professor Alexander Lorz. So, Enrico.
So, dear Minister Professor Lorz, distinguished guests, esteemed colleagues, and dedicated advocates of sustainability. Welcome to the second edition of the Sustainability Standards Conference, a pivotal event hosted here at our fantastic Goethe University here in Frankfurt. It's a privilege to address such a distinguished gathering of experts, practitioners, policymakers, from all fields of action, be it industry, regulation, and academia, who are committed to shaping a sustainable future for our planet. The organizing institutions reflect the transboundary thinking which is necessary to address the sustainability challenges. Goethe University, the House of Finance, and the Leibniz Institute for Financial Research, in short, SAFE, have a proven track record on our research issues touching green and sustainable finance. Today, they will share first insights from the implementation of global sustainability standards. They will also present research results on corporate carbon accounting and the investor perspectives on biodiversity. Having said that, I would like to thank the Deutsche Börse Group, the International Finance Standards Foundation, and the International Sustainability Standard Board, as well as the German standard setter in Deutsch, Deutsche Regelungsstandardskomitee oder Komitee für Deutsche Regelungsstandards, ich weiß nicht genau. Das ist so diese wunderbare deutsche Sprache, for coming on our turf today. As a president of the university, I'm well aware of the critical and important role that institutions of higher education play in advancing sustainability. We are dedicated to fostering scientific cooperations, engaging with stakeholders, driving the green transition, and leveraging the unique capabilities and capacities of the Frankfurt Financial Hub to build a sustainable future. This is an essential part within our understanding of sustainability at Goethe University. The transdisciplinary research approaches and the cooperation with the International Sustainability Board form the basis for our contribution to the further development of our sustainability strategy, and thus is part of our joint contribution to the development of knowledge and solutions for society worth living in. To this end, board members and officials from both financial and non-financial companies will share the first-hand experience with sustainability accounting standards. The conference title, A Global Baseline for Sustainability Reporting, Demand, Adoption, and Future Steps, describes an ambitious agenda which brings together all participants of this conference. The necessity to have a unified and transparent accounting framework for our companies on all matters related to sustainability. This includes, of course, greenhouse gas emissions, but will not stop there. It will also cover biodiversity losses, water uses, waste handling, and social issues, to name just a few. Naturally, such an agenda possesses several challenges. The standardization of rules is an important first step, but the implementation and data collection may prove complex, and costly. The potential problem of greenwashing threatens the legitimacy of this undertaking in the eyes of investors. Yet, while this task sounds enormous, the past 2 years have shown that fast progress is possible. Since its announcement at the United Nations Climate Change Conference in Glasgow 2021, the ISSB has succeeded in reducing the heterogeneity of requirements by consolidating various institutions involved in sustainability regulations. The ISSB is endorsed, among others, by the G7 and the G20, cooperates with central banks as well as national and European standard-setting counterparts. Ladies and gentlemen, this transition towards a sustainable economy is no longer a distant goal. It has become an urgent necessity. This transition requires a fundamental shift in how we produce and consume goods and services. It demands innovation, commitment, and a willingness to rethink traditional practices. And it demands good communication strategies to enforce understanding and trust in our European societies, as clearly documented yesterday. When I look onto the conference schedule and into this room, I want to say the green transition is even more than an urgent necessity. It is a lived practice. Everyone in this room has already embarked on our journey towards a sustainable economy. And this conference is a milestone in this journey, which will not stop here. I want to thank all of you for your attendance, for your dedication. I wish you an insightful conference, many fruitful debates, and let us send a strong signal from Frankfurt University to the world. The global cooperation on sustainability is possible now. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would have enjoyed being with you in Frankfurt today to open the Sustainability Standards Conference of 2024. However, as you watch this video message, the results of the European elections will be just a few hours old. And being a member of the executive board of my party, I will be in Berlin for political consultations regarding this truly important election. And therefore, please accept my apologies for not being able to be with you today. Since last year's major IFRS conference here in Frankfurt, a lot has happened, and at a rapid pace, in terms of sustainability standards. And the ISSB is undoubtedly at the forefront. In June 2023, the ISSB published its first two standards, IS1 and S2. And a major milestone for these standards was the endorsement by the International Organization of Securities Commissions. Numerous jurisdictions have committed to the ISSB standards since then, such as Brazil last year in October. And most recently, China published its own draft of standards, which are also based on the ISSB standards. And at the end of May this year, I was quite impressed when the ISSB announced that more than 20 countries, representing approximately 55% of global GDP, had decided to incorporate the ISSB standards into their legal or regulatory frameworks, or were in the process of doing so. The ISSB is developing a strong consolidating power and is on its way to become the global baseline. This progress is also evident here in the European Union. The high level of alignment achieved between the European ESRS and the ISSB standards may still not be perfect, but I am convinced without the ISSB located in Frankfurt and without its strong European chair at the ISSB, we would not be where we are today. The interoperability guidance from ISSB and EFRA, issued about a month ago, will also help to implement this standard in practice. And I'm proud to say we've also ensured optimal networking of the ISSB at the Frankfurt location. Most recently with the Rhine-Main science community, resulting in a memorandum of understanding with the House of Finance at Goethe University, Frankfurt. So, in my opinion, we are overall making good progress on the standardization of sustainability reporting. And I would therefore like to thank the ISSB, headed by Emmanuel Faber, for their extraordinary and passionate commitment to this challenging task. And I assure you, German support for the ISSB, and we're all aware of that, is a good investment in the transformation of our internationally oriented economy. The Hessian government will continue to do everything in its power to support the ISSB at its key location in Frankfurt and elsewhere. And let me finally take the opportunity to thank our colleagues from the federal government, from local authorities, accountants, the financial sector, and the so-called real economy. I would also like to thank the co-organizers of today's conference, namely the IFRS Foundation, the DRSC, Goethe University Frankfurt, and the Leibniz Institute for Financial Market Research, as well as the House of Finance and the Deutsche Börse Group, which have all supported today's event. I wish you now a fruitful and interesting exchange in Frankfurt, the Center for Sustainability Standards. Thank you very much for your attention.